So I'm doing a couple of little engine checks during the survey I'm doing. This is quite a good little engine here, the Barris 4-cylinder. Got a big alternator for the domestic set running at 160 amp hour. Got a little 50 amp hour alternator for the cranking. But things like watching belts are very common problems, especially where engines aren't being used very regularly. You can see the corrosion starting on this pulley wheel, and that corrosion will cut the belt to pieces really quickly and then create the slack, which will then cause problems later. Coolant from a skin tank on the side here, and you can see here the coolant is actually low in the bottle. The age of it we don't know, but it's important to check your antifreeze every 2 or 3 years and make sure you replace it with the right stuff. Dipstick is over here. Again, one of the checks I always do is the condition of the oil and looking at where it sits on the dipstick. My dad always used to like having it just below the top level. And again, obviously I can't wipe it while I'm videoing it, but I would wipe it and put it in at least twice just to double check the levels are right. I did notice, as you probably just saw there, a bit of fuel on the top of this primary filter. And I discovered that this hose is loose, as you can see. What's more worrying is if you give it a little, well, it doesn't even need a pull, it comes straight off and fuel runs straight out from the tank. And that's why there's diesel in the bilges of the boat. So that's really important to check your fuel lines. This is just over 10 years old, this fuel line now. So you need to keep an eye on them. A lot of people like to change them after 10 years. Back here, the stop tap was around the back here, not marked up. But again, this little banjo here is dripping as well, as you can see. So checking your fuel lines, you know, this has been out. I've just put this back in, but it'd been out, so there's vibration here. This is not supported, so all the vibration is just making that joint worse. So little things like that when you're checking are really important. Another little 5p survey tip of mine is checking gear linkages. The number of claims I've been to where boats have hit locks or other people because they can't get the boat out of gear. This linkage, it's really important to make sure there's a washer behind the split pin so it doesn't get drawn out. And likewise, the actual split pin itself is actually locked off behind here. You can probably just see it. I've had these before now vibrate out. So always good to make sure your lock nuts are done. Well, I hope you find that of use. Yeah, feel free to subscribe and circulate, as they say. Thank you.